sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan. Landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan. Landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na subok.
Babalik tayo sa Antipolo Sports Hub for Junior MPBL D-League action. 21 under division naman tayo ngayon to finish off our Saturday evening. A hometown team of the Antipolo JY Titans will go up against the Braves of Las Piñas. Has been a wait, pero ito na nga, Las Piñas Braves, one brave fight going up against the Antipolo JY Titans mula pa rin dito sa Antipolo Sports Hub. Isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Jaime Mendiar kasama muli Daphne Cristobal, and Daphne, yun nga, medyo nagantay lang tayo na saglit, but here we are in this 21 under D-League matchup, highly awaited para sa ating dalawa.
Sabi nga nila, for this long wait, hopefully it's gonna be worth it for tonight as the showdown, both of these teams coming off a loss. Let's see how they will try to go for that bounce back victory in tonight's game.
Yun na nga yung pag-usapan natin na sunod, Daph, no? Gagaling din sa talo itong parehong koponan against the same squad actually of San Pedro, pero despite 2 losses for these two teams, nagkaiba rin naman yung kwento. Unahin na natin itong Antipolo JY Titans. You were able to cover that game and it went into overtime. They just fell short at the end of the extra 5 minutes.
Really a great reintroduction on the side of San Pedro Mamba and of course on the side of Antipolo JY Titans. That was our first ever game para sa ating second season of Junior MPBL D-League 21 Under. And yun na nga, you've mentioned about that extra 5 minutes which was necessary, and doon na nga yung naging fatigue on the side of Antipolo. Doon sila medyo napatahimik talaga ng San Pedro. That's why it was San Pedro Mamba was able to secure that victory.
Dito naman tayo sa kabila on the other side of the fence. Talking about the Las Piñas Braves, also coming up short against San Pedro, pero yun nga, it's a bit more lopsided than what Antipolo suffered in that game against San Pedro as well.
Actually, composition itong side ng Las Piñas Braves, most of the players are really homegrown talents. Ibang players din dito naglaro na from the 18 under in Parañaque, and right now, they will have to represent their hometown. But during that game last week, they really struggled offensively, probably, no? Medyo struggle pa sila in terms of their cohesiveness as a team. Hopefully, we'll see more of that later on.
Tingnan nga natin, sabi mo, sino ba sa dalawang koponan ang pwedeng mag-bounce back from the losses against San Pedro? Simulan na natin. Let's head over to Gio Cruz.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here at Antipolo Sports Hub here in Antipolo City as we bring you Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. It's the battle between Las Piñas Braves and your Antipolo JY Titans. Now let us beat the starters first for Las Piñas Braves. Starting guard number 11, Sean Bea. To guard number 24, Jared Banalak. Small forward number 18, Andrew Alforte. Power forward number 33, Enrico De La Cruz. And at center number 4, Miguel Lopez. The head coach is Marlon Davis. His assistants are Marvin Palisok, Nick Ibarbia, Gab Kaintig, team manager Ken Cabrera, and team owner Joe Ramos. And now, make some noise as is welcome the starters for your Antipolo JY Titans. Starting guard number 6, Sean Reyes. To guard number 24, Russell Liwanag. At forward number 11, Daniel Padilla. Other forward number 41, Kyle Puen. And starting center number 8, Shannon Silly. The head coach is Buds Reyes, assisted by J.R. Mapaka, Jet Salvador, Carl Castelloni, team manager Rafi Katigbak, and team owner John Yap. Officiating this ball game, crew chief J.R. Torres, umpire 1 Eric Demapanag, and umpire 2 Irvin Calzada. Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. Jer Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Keith Picasso.
Kicking off our matchup dito sa ating 21 under Junior MPBL D-League game between the Las Piñas Braves and the Antipolo JY Titans. Doray team starters tayo. It's Manialak, Bea, Alforte, De La Cruz, and Lopez para sa Las Piñas. Antipolo naman has Reyes, Liwanag, Buen, Padilla, and Sili. Round out their 5. The lone game ng ating Junior MPBL D-League mula pa rin dito sa Antipolo Sports Hub. Isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I'm Mendihar kasama Daphne Cristobal, bringing reaction live. Thanks for joining us. And big boys na tayo dito ngayon, Daph. 21 under. Certainly a competition na a lot tighter. No? Talagang yung mga players, kita mo, buong buo na yung kanilang kaha dito sa ating 21 under game. Liwanag opens up this ball game with a 3-pointer to the bang of the drums nitong hometown team of the Antipolo JY Titans.
Really, gabi na, pero gusto pa rin magbigay ng liwanag. Talking about itong si Russell with an early 3-pointer for Antipolo, immediately setting up the tone.
Speaking of setting up the tone, 5 straight para kay Russell Liwanag. One of the early birds nito. Kanina dahil nakita natin. No?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point it out, no? earlier, maaga siya dito nakapag-shooting. Really got the rhythm of the court here.
Maagang panimula para dito sa Antipolo as Las Piñas. So looking for their first points. Blocking foul will be whistled here. I believe against Sealy. First team foul para sa Antipolo. A minute gone by dito sa ating first period.
Now talking about dito sa side ng Antipolo JY Titans, they lost by 11 points again against the same opponents. Ito ang San Pedro Mamba at 11 point. Though very close talaga yung nangyari doon. From all the 4 quarters, medyo bumigay lang talaga sila in that final extra 5 minutes of that game. But one of the key factors na something that they could really improve on into tonight's ball game ay yung mga second chance opportunities, because Antipolo only had 6 while their opponent San Pedro had 20 on that loss.
Parehong pwedeng gawing barometer ditong these two squads. Maaga pa rin naman tayo dito sa ating season number 2 of the D-League as we see Reyes denying itong si Bea. Sean versus Sean action, but that time it was Sean Reyes na nanaig. Ano naman yung action na to? Of course, Sean Bea is, I believe, the leading scorer para dito sa Las Piñas Braves. So something to, someone to keep an eye on if ikaw naman ang JY Titans.
Parang battle of the point guards nga mangyayari dito. Knowing Coach Bads Reyes, he himself is a point guard, kaya ganun din siya ka-detalyado sa mga players na point guard. Talking about Sean Reyes, but really nice matchup itong Bea at Reyes sa larong ito.
You were telling me about that game where Sean Reyes would have been the player of the game kung nagwagi ang Antipolo in that game against San Pedro. Ganong kaganda ang kanyang nilaro, but yun nga, running out of gas lang ang JY Titans with that opening day loss. Put back. It will work. That was Kyle Buen getting his first 2 points of the ball game. 7-0 blast ang bibitawan dito ng Antipolo to begin the ball game. Las Piñas, ito malamig pa. Kanilang panimula. The too overzealous there was Sean Reyes. Siya naman ang matatawagan.
Just really observing itong Las Piñas Braves didn't really have enough time to have that warm-up. Alam naman natin on the way dito sa ating venue, really traffic here in Antipolo. So, talents naman for the Antipolo JY Titans. They took advantage of that, had enough time, really heat up. Yeah, ngayon, really flat start so far for Las Piñas.
Ito na. Ito na yung warm-up. On court na. In-game na mismo. But if Sean Bea will tell us something na hindi ko naman kailangan ng warm-up. Ito, unang tira ko pa lang sa 3-pointer. Pasok na kagad. Immediately answered. That time by Buen. Lead up to 6. 9-3. Able to get it across. Bea once again. Look to reset. Go to the block. This is Kabuloy. Backing down Sealy, fading away. A bit off to the left. Takbo na naman tayo sa kabila. Sean Reyes now. Look at that. Feed to Buen. Trying to go underneath. No basket, says our officials. It will go back to Las Piñas. Bit interesting yung nangyari doon. Pumasok yung bola sa ilalim ng basket and back in. Don't see that every day. Immediate turnover though para dito sa Las Piñas.
Ngayon ko lang na-realize, Battle of the Seans pala to, ng Sean Bea and Sean Reyes. So, Sean Bea actually scored 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a bonus steal in that loss against San Pedro.
So, alam mong siya ang isa sa pwedeng bumuhat dito sa mga nakaitim. Another 3 from Liwanag. That's off. Lopez with a board. A player ahead of the pack. This is Sean Bea. He has Liwanag trailing him but finishes with a left.
Really love how he took advantage of his speed, that sequence. Naman, speaking of, Sean Reyes will have a trip in the free throw area.
Last break of the game brought to us by Larga International Logistics Incorporated. Lumarga si Sean Bea talaga in that move. Sabi mo, it's a battle of Sean. So si Sean Reyes sabi niya, okay Daf, kailangan may sagot din ako dito sa kabila. Getting the first to fall. Good sized crowd we have here sa Antipolo Sports Hub supporting their hometown team. 1 out of 2 para kay Sean, able to track down his own miss. Gets the ball stolen away as another foul given up here by Antipolo, trying to impede the progress of Sean Bea.
That would be against Kyle Buen, also one of the top scorers in their last loss. He scored a double-double showing, 10 points, 11 rebounds, something that we could once again expect for Kyle Buen.
Piñas down by 5. Kick out to Bea. Able to find an opening. Another block, that time by Sealy. Kabuloy trying to save it. But instead, ball goes back to Antipolo. Did not have to save that actually. But maybe he thought he had an opportunity to give them another possession.
Probably Shannon Sealy just really guarded well at navigation. Talagang nabantayan niya yun eh. Anticipated well.
Corner 3. Misfiring. Was Buen. Oh, that was Padilla rather. That 3. Malakas naman para kay Alforte. We run to the other end. A pull-up. And gets it to fall is Keith Bengalo.
I like how everyone so far has been chipping in points here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans, although there will be a pushing foul on the end of Antipolo.
That will put them at the limit. Next foul will mean free throws here for the Braves.
So far they're immediately trying to stop itong si Bea.
Parang andun yung attention
Yeah,
dito kay
actually,
Sean Bea. No?
Kanina may solid block na binigay itong si Sean Sealy. Tapos ngayon, pushing foul.
Off on that tempo si Lopez. Liwanag getting ahead to Buen. Bibit-bit. Layup. Won't convert. Picked up by Liwanag. Padilla. Back to Liwanag. Traveling violation. Tatawag sa kanya. Missed on his last couple of three-pointers. Decided to penetrate instead. Las Piñas Braves will call for some time. Down by 7. With 4:23 remaining dito sa ating first. Twelve to 5, Antipolo JY Titans still enjoying this 7-point advantage. A strong start here for the hometown team. Nabanggit mo nga kanina, Daph, no? Both these teams are coming off losses. Alam mong gusto mo kaagad makabawi and get to that winning column in this early part of season number 2 ng ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League.
Yun na nga, knowing that Las Piñas Braves also failed to defend their home turf last week. So really, both teams into redemption in tonight's ball game.
Good transition defense there para sa Las Piñas. Kabuloy able to disrupt that fast break opportunity. As you see on your screen, a player that does not need any introduction dito sa ating Junior MPBL.
Yep, for sure. Kilalang-kilala na nila to. Also playing his first game here for the 21 under division. We know he has been playing for JT Bulacan Taipan in the past 2 seasons.
Fires immediately. Kita mo naman, bitaw pa lang, naghihiyawan na yung mga fans natin dito sa Antipolo.
Paano ba kung na-shoot yun?
Argonza, medyo matulis. This is Bengalo, now directing traffic para sa JY Titans. A bump will be whistled kontra kay Paul Resara. Very physical nung nakikita natin ng ball game natin. As is expected, pag 21 under na rin talaga, as you move up, 16, 18, and even 21, the physicality ng mga players talagang nararamdaman mo na.
Yeah, and actually most of the players here are already in college. Pero may iba pa rin tayong teams na younger, yung mga nagpe-play high sila, no, from 18 under. Naglalaro na sila agad sa 21 under division.
Del Pozo unable to find his range so far. 0 out of 2 from beyond the arc. But no problem naman if you have the likes of Shannon Seeley to clean up after. Good size on this young kid as well, Shannon Seeley.
But just observing the immediate stats here, talking about Russell Liwanag, immediate 5 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist.
Sabi mo nga, siya nagbibigay ng liwanag dito sa ating madilim na gabi. First free throw for Seeley. A tad off. Napako na tayo dito. 12-5 after that timeout ng Las Piñas earlier. Both teams struggling to get their shot. 0 out of 2 para kay Shannon.
Hindi ko nagkakamali. Ito din yung first game na naglalaro itong si Russell Liwanag here for Antipolo. So, immediate showing here for Coach Balds Reyes.
Yun naman ang maganda, no? Especially if galing ka nga sa talo, you would welcome players such as Liwanag and Del Pozo, mga Russells. May mga Shans tayo, may mga Russells din naman. 10 to shoot para sa Las Piñas. This is Resara. Through the middle, floater. Couldn't get the roll. It will stay though with the Braves. Kabuloy able to get another possession para sa Las Piñas.
Ngayon ko lang na-realize, hindi naman pala sobrang tangkad nitong si Russell Liwanag. But love how he has been trying to muscle his way in to get those rebounds.
It's a tough shot. Although able to fish for the foul is Adrian Magayones. Russell Del Pozo will be called for his first. Free throws para kay Magayones. So, number of players na banggit mo nga kanina, Daph, that came in maybe closer to our game time, no? Kaya yung warm-up nga, hindi pa ganun, hindi na maximize masyado ng Las Piñas Braves. Maybe that's contributing dito sa kanilang mabagal na panimula.
Yun nga, baka mangyari dyan yung warm-up nila. Dito yan sa ating first quarter, but they couldn't afford to allow Antipolo to immediately pull away here.
Ingatan mo, lalo kung home court pa ng iyong kalaban. May drums pa silang kasali. Yung sixth man na tinatawag is also on their side. Foul says our officials. And yung magic shape, favorite shape natin sa kahit anong liga.
Magayones trying to challenge that call, although he'll be warned from that one because in his point of view, it was really a clean or solid denial para dito kay Shannon Seeley.
Despite the height disadvantage, no? Hindi rin nagbaback down itong si Magayones sa front court ng Antipolo. 3 straight misses though for Shannon Seeley from the line.
Well, if you're Las Piñas, you would really love to foul itong si Shannon Seeley if he continues to struggle from the charity stripe.
Napako na nga sa 12 dito ang Antipolo. Seeley able to finally get his first free throw.
Narinig ata.
Papaulin mo pa rin baba. Papako yan.
Foulin mo pa ako ha.
Back to a 7-point lead. 13-6, 2.5 left dito sa ating first quarter. Magayones goes behind the back. Nice escape. Gwen will be called for his second, and their turn to call for that rectangle/square.
The favorite gesture of these players. Rectangle na yon.
Yung move na yun from Magayones.
Binawi siguro.
This time, it's Antipolo's turn to be called for a warning for resentment of the call.
Both teams already warned. Pero ito Eden Magayones scored 5 points in their previous showing.
He threw a short on the first. Tambol pa rin ito to help distract the shooters of Las Piñas. 0 out of 2. So working to perfection. Tama bubunyi ang mga drummers natin dito after Magayones went 0 out of 2.
1 out of 4 so far from the charity stripe.
Pozo still Can't get that three-pointer as Buen able to fish for that foul. Napakagat niya itong si Gio Argonza.
We know that earlier, Russell Del Pozo was getting his shots from beyond the arc earlier. Mukhang kinakabisado niya pa yung ring dito sa Antipolo Sports Hub.
Well, if there's one player that we trust that will eventually figure it out and yung hindi din titigil na pumukol, it's Roger Del Pozo din talaga. Buen able to knock down the first. Number of free throws here para sa Antipolo to begin the ball game. This is free throw number 7 and 8 para sa kanila. Really showing how aggressive they are to begin this ball game. I'm pretty sure Coach Bud sinabi rin siguro sa kanya, Daph, na walang warm-up masyado itong kalaban natin. Na kailangan na go na tayo kagad, umpisa pa lang.
Yeah, for sure, speed could also something na pwedeng i-take advantage itong side ng Antipolo.
15-6. Biggest lead now para sa Antipolo at 9. Under 2 to play. Still in the first period. Resara, a runner. Sa tad short, Liwanag will run it para sa Antipolo. Through the middle. And all the way through. Couldn't get it to trickle in. Loose ball foul. Itatawag dito kontra Las Piñas.
Great intention to go for that coast to coast, but then just unsuccessful. Could have try to dish the ball to one of his teammates, pero regardless, penalty na rin naman.
Both teams already in the penalty. So we see Buen back on the line. Strong on the first. We did say Buen is one of their better scorers, at least in that first outing, kung saan natalo nga sila in overtime against San Pedro Mamba. 2 out of 2. A bit struggling from the charity stripe itong Antipolo to begin the game. Naharap ng puwang, but losing the leather there was Kalaunan. Antipolo tatakbo na naman. A ball of 3. Swishes it. Is Keith Bengcalo.
Yung mga nagpapakilala from beyond the arc. Di man mag-work para dito kay Del Pozo. Bengcalo is there to the rescue.
Lead now at 8 dozen. 18-6. Kalaunan scoops it up and in. Plus the foul.
Much shielded bucket there on the side of Las Piñas Braves to go for that basket end one, especially that they're behind here.
And takas. Not the quickest of moves, no? But effective nonetheless. Para dito kay Brent Kalaunan. And badly needed. And they kind of have that sense na itong Antipolo is just gaining that momentum. Dinadahan-dahan nila yung pagbitaw nila dito kontra Las Piñas. This is the bonus free throw para kay Kalaunan. Completes the three-point play. Full court pressure now for the Braves. Trying to get the ball from Bengcalo. Almost a turnover. Picked up by Padilla. Thinking 3. Gets it the ball back from Lim, but stolen by the Braves. Sara, atake, binitin. Looking for Kalaunan, stolen by Buen. Trying to keep it alive was Resara, pero babalik ang bola sa mga nakaputi.
Sayang yung nangyari doon in that last sequence kay Resara. Could have immediately go for that basket, but mid-air, bigla niyang pinasa yung bola, causing for a turnover.
Talaga, pag gwardya ka, you first instinct mo is gusto mong mag-involve ng mga teammates eh. But I agree, no? Parang panira na rin, sana. Baseline jumper won't fall for Padilla. Good anticipation there para kay Lim. Would have been an open lane para kay Magayones.
He's really trying to stop the momentum here in terms of running. Para dun sa tapik ng bola na yon, para dito kay Lim.
Sometimes enough na yung ganun eh, no? Just to kind of save what would have been a fast break opportunity para sa Las Piñas. Good steal from Padilla. Bengcalo to a streaking Lim for the easy 2.
From the defense early and right now with that conversion offensively, what a way to bring this to an 11-point lead on the side of Antipolo.
Sealy with a steal. So 2 seconds remaining as Padilla It's the layup to fall, and that will hurt. If you are Las Piñas, madadagdagan pa nga ng dalawa ang kalamangan dito ng Antipolo JY Titans. Now at 11, 20-9, they will have to take another look if the basket did count. It did appear from where we are sitting that it will be counted. More than a second left for Daniel Padilla, and that will be confirmed by our officials.
Yep, clearly that would mean a 13-point lead para dito sa San Antipolo JY Titans. As we see our Chef's Magic first quarter highlights, of course, setting up the tone early was Russell Liwanag, leading the way on the side of the JY Titans. Syempre, Las Piñas getting some contribution as well coming from Sean Bea, but more help is expected as we enter the second quarter.
Tatapos nga ang ating first period. It's 22-9, a 13-point advantage para sa Antipolo JY Titans. We're just about ready to resume ang ating second period. And that could be, I mean, in a way, yung mabagal na panimula dito ng Las Piñas Braves. We were attributing it kanina, Daphne, dun sa yung warm-up nila, it wasn't the most complete.
Yeah.
There was a semblance of warm-up time para sa kanila, but maybe this first 10 minutes, yun na yung kailangan nila, and the second period would be a different story here for the Braves.
Actually, ang top 1 dyan si Lopez eh. Siya yung maaga dito sa side ng Las Piñas Braves. But great introduction here para sa kanilang second quarter, showing probably naging warm-up nila yung takbo nila dito kanina. Kung papunta sila sa dugout para mag-VS.
Tinatawagan ka na kasi. Mamadali na makakaripas na sila.
Medyo doon sila pinagpawisan yung takbo nila papuntang dugout para mag-VS eh.
Del Pozo will be called for his second now. So better energy to begin this second period para sa Las Piñas Braves.
Medyo nagigigil na dito. Talk about to si Roger Del Pozo. He hasn't been getting his usual shot so far.
Lopez susubok and gets a 3 to fall. So yung maaga
Diba?
naman na. Kinati mo kasi.
Sabi kong top 1. Alam mo, yun nga yung mga in-expect natin talaga na mag-shine. Diba? Sometimes, despite without that traffic, no, yung mga players who really come in early to get yung mga warm-ups, sariling shots muna prior to the game. Eventually, it really pays off, and hopefully we'll see that in Lopez in tonight's ball game.
For some reason, pagka binabati mo din talaga, biglang may maganda kagad na nangyayari for the particular player. Miguel Lopez able to cut the lead down to 8, 22-14 now. Lim able to escape, couldn't finish off the window. Long rebound, mapupulot ng Las Piñas. Magayones, commit to attack, finger roll, gets it to go.
Going for that coast to coast, mas Magayones. Love that finish.
Galaw from Padilla, everything but the basket, as a loose ball foul will be called against Shannon Seeley. Make that 2, I believe.
Yep. That's already second personal foul. Ano about itong si Seeley for Antipolo JY Titans. Trying to still negotiate with our referees, but kita din natin kasi not really the best defense. Kita natin pag-extend niya rin ng arm niya. Pagsundot.
It's a 7-0 run para sa Las Piñas to begin the second period as Sean Bea checks back in for Las Piñas at agaran siyang matatawagan ng offensive foul dito. Kanina pa nga natin pinag-uusapan, Daph, that this is the focal point in terms of the defense itong Antipolo, that Sean Bea, whenever he holds that basketball, minsan nga kahit di niya pa hawak, nakikita mo that there is that physicality that they're trying to impose against Sean Bea.
Yeah, for sure. They know who to guard. And talking about itong si Sean Bea here for Las Piñas. But from the 13-point lead earlier, just down to a 6-point deficit dito sa ating quarter number 2. Impressive showing for Las Piñas Braves.
Liwanag from the right wing. That won't fall. Pull up for Padilla. Ayaw pa rin. So a bit cold to begin this second period are the JY Titans.
So that's gonna be the third team foul early here on the side of Las Piñas Braves.
This is Kalaunan taking a seat. Del Pozo back in the ball game para sa Antipolo. Just a quick breather para sa kanya. Sinubukan makanakaw ni Sean Reyes, but that time Las Piñas able to anticipate. Del Pozo gets it to Reyes. Back to Del Pozo. He will fire and gets the 3 to go.
That's the reason why he needed to rest for quite some time. He needed to, observe a different kind of point of view, and with his return, immediate three-pointer, courtesy of that assist coming from Sean Reyes.
I like how Antipolo has been trying to look for Russell Del Pozo. Yes, you're 0 out of 3, pero yeah, it only takes 1. Talagang kayang magpaapoy nito ni Russell Del Pozo as we've seen in his entire junior MPBL career.
For sure, that's why he's also brought here for Antipolo for those outside shots.
Lead up to 9 once more, 25-16, and that 3-pointer are the first points. Itong Antipolo dito sa ating second. That's an offensive foul, an illegal pick will be called against Kabuloy.
Sayang, wasted opportunity here para dito sa side ng Las Piñas Braves. Especially na na-trim down na nila yung kalamangan by just 6 points. Ngayon, magkakaroon pa ulit ng tsansa para bumalik sa double-digit deficit para dito sa side ng Antipolo.
Padilla kontra Bea. Del Pozo another 3. That time a bit short. Kabuloy trying to track down a long rebound. Mababalik sa Antipolo. Del Pozo setting up Padilla for 3. Ayaw pa rin. Look at Sealy. Over 3 black shirts. Still able to get that possession para sa Antipolo.
Of the intensity of Sealy here in tonight's game. But this would also mean another opportunity here for the JY Titans.
Reyes shows us how it's done.
Del Pozo with a miss, Padilla with a miss, but what a finish here this time by Sean Reyes.
3-pointer numero 4 para dito sa Antipolo. That time, another foul will be called, and if it's on Shannon Sealy, that will be his third.
Minute foul trouble here.
Ayun na nga. He probably will be replaced, and ito na nga, coming into the ball game is Aero Pardon Solan. Shannon Sealy will have a conversation with his coach na importanteng pyesa ka, so those fouls really need to be limited. Lead back to a dozen, 28-16. Pick and roll para kay Kabuloy, but took that extra step.
Medyo na-awkward si Kabuloy doon with the defense right in front of him. Kaya naman called for steps. Another wasted chance here for the Braves.
Sayang magandang panimula nila. 7-0 yung kanilang binitawan, but now a 6-0 counter run naman for the JY Titans. Del Pozo another 3. Gets his second of the ball game. Parang ang dali lang din talaga pag bumibitaw si Russell.
Impressive showing here for Russell Del Pozo. Struggled in the first quarter, but slowly getting his rhythm here in quarter number 2. Quick shoutout na rin, of course, kay Coach Giro, yung brother niya, yung mentor niya sa paglalaro ng basketball. At syempre, laging nakabantay sa shooting, ni Rogie Del Pozo.
Another feed coming from Sean Reyes. The defense was there. Alam naman nila eh. Kumbaga, they did their assignment na this is one player that you know you have to close out on, but that's really just the range na meron itong si Rogie Del Pozo.
But same spot para dito kay Russell Del Pozo, something that Las Piñas Braves needs to double check and watch out for.
Nyalak, 0 out of 2 from the line, so another opportunity na makapunto sana for the Braves. Del Pozo from the corner gets his third of the second period. Nakikita mo si Sean Reyes dito eh. Talagang hinahanap niya itong si Russell.
Yeah. Third assist coming from Sean Reyes para dito kay Russell Del Pozo.
Have to be careful now. Liwanag gets eye in the sky play. Make that another assist para kay Sean Reyes. Just like that. 20 na ang hinahabol dito ng Las Piñas. Mapapatawagan ng timeout ang Las Piñas Braves. This was the 3 from Del Pozo from the corner. And this alley-oop, Reyes to Liwanag to make this a 20-point ball game. Just before we resume our second quarter of action, look at some lucky fans na mag-uwi ng ating Chef's Magic Condiments. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic Condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. 20-point lead now para sa Antipolo JY Titans, and after that timeout, turnover para di sa Las Piñas, and another fast break layup. This time, it's Daniel Padilla. 22 na ang kalamangan dito ng Antipolo, Daph. And ang ganda ng panimula nitong Las Piñas, but suddenly, turning it on itong Antipolo. Where would you say biglang nagbago yung tema nitong ating second period?
This is already an 18-0 run. Talking about dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. Earlier, we saw how Las Piñas Braves got the possession. Some wasted opportunities. Medyo natitake for granted nila yung possession na yun. At ngayon, ramdam mo na rin yung pressure sa kanila.
Nag-add up eh. No? Yung kanilang mga, maybe it's a turnover, maybe it's a missed shot. But the Antipolo JY Titans really just showing na maybe makakadikit ka man, but they will have that own run. Biglang sa isang iglap eh. 22 na kagad yung kanilang kalamangan.
Imagine producing 18 straight points, and right after that timeout, still wala pa rin sagot itong side ng Las Piñas Braves.
Padilla gets the first free throw, making this a 25-point lead now. 2 out of 2. Full court pressure, bibitawan dito ng Antipolo JY Titans. Really not allowing anything easy here for the Braves.
Probably also different reinforcement here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans, knowing that it was really a heartbreaker to lose during an overtime situation nung kanilang opening game against San Pedro Mamba.
And certainly yung pride din ng mga players. Si Lopez, top 1 para sa Las Piñas Braves, getting another outside shot to fall. Nakakadalawang tres na siya dito sa ating second period, and they come up with a steal as De La Cruz able to cut this lead down back to a 21-point lead, 42-21. JY Titans naman ang tatawag ng timeout. (42-21), exactly half ang ating score dito. As that 20-0 run binitawan ng Antipolo JY Titans, as Las Piñas trying to create their own 5-0 naman ang binitawan nila dito. As Reyes sidestep maneuver, but our officials say it's a traveling violation.
Yun na nga, again, 5 consecutive points delivered here on the side of Las Piñas Braves. Kaya naman immediately calling for some time itong side ng Antipolo. They don't want to settle for less, immediately trying to stop that momentum. Tingnan natin kung patuloy itong side ng Las Piñas Braves to continue that run.
To make a move is De La Cruz. Shot clock at 8. Kabuloy. Now Magayones goes reverse, malakas. Abuloy able to clean it up for the Braves, make this a 7-0 run once again para sa Braves.
Now their defense will be tested kontra Antipolo, but how do you stop Russell Del Pozo? Third time around that he was able to create a 3-pointer in the same spot.
Sabi mo nga kanina, Dav, you were calling it out. It is the same spot. You have to be wary dahil yun nga yung paborito ni Russell Del Pozo.
4 3-pointers here in the second quarter.
De La Cruz answers para sa Las Piñas. Blocking foul naman na tawag dito kontra kay Resara. Fourth personal ng Resara.
I didn't knew that was coming. Talking about dito kay Paul Resara. But immediately being troubled with his fouls. Still scoreless at 4 personal fouls.
Well, ang mahirap din talaga i-cover nito ni Sean Reyes.
Yeah.
Missing on the first though. Couldn't hit on the second as well. 3 and 12 remaining dito sa ating first half of action. Magayones has been aggressive dito sa ating ball game so far. Penetrates, picked up by Kabuloy, short on that keyhole jumper. Buen back in the ball game para sa Antipolo, able to get it ahead. Eye in the sky play once again. Feed from Katome, stolen. This is Kabuloy, a 3-on-1. Magayones gets a bump and will head to the line for a couple. And Sean Reyes will be whistled for personal foul number 3 as well. So kanina, Shannon Seeley, binanggit natin, already in foul trouble. Isama mo na rin itong si Sean Reyes.
Yun ang masakit dito sa side na Antipolo. If that's something na pwedeng matake advantage nitong Las Piñas Braves, dahil huwag natin kakalimutan, meron pa silang Sean Bea dito on the side of Las Piñas. Kung masya-shutdown nila, ito si Sean Reyes for Antipolo. Malaking bagay yung binibigay na kumpiyansa ni Sean sa teammates niya.
Magayones gets the first free throw. Lead down to 19. Make that 18 as the second one will trickle in. So you like the fight nitong Las Piñas Braves. Kailangan daling bumitaw na lang dahil bigla kang niratsyada nitong Antipolo JY Titans with 20-0 blast.
Yun na nga, no? You know, despite this advantage that we are seeing here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans, I think isa sa mga magiging problema nila dito yung mga early foul troubles ng mga main gunners nila, something that could be costly during the end game.
This is Katome now on the line for the JY Titans.
And that's Coach Buds Reyes here. His first time to be a head coach for 21 under guys after his MPBL stint. Who could have thought nga daw, no, na magbabalik pa siya sa coaching. Kala niya retirement na daw.
Also, dito around the Antipolo area din. Si Coach Buds. Baseline jumper. Not too short para kay Kalaunan. To the middle, Buena. Malakas. Almost another alley-oop opportunity. Lopez finally secures the board para sa Las Piñas.
Several wasted opportunities here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans. Ilang chance na sana yun na diniretso na lang. Opting to go for those drop passes kaya nababasa nitong side ng Las Piñas Braves.
Ulep with that three-pointer. Magmimintes, but they will retain possession. 2:06 remaining dito sa ating second quarter. Balasa muli ang Antipolo.
First, let's also give a quick shout out to the team owner slash team manager of the Las Piñas from the 14 to 18 under division, Boss L.A. Ulep. Ayan, son niya itong si Luis Ulep.
I'm sure he's tuning in.
Yeah.
Pull up. It will fall para dito kay Jethro Katome. Katomes dito sa Antipolo.
Yeah, finally conversion here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans after those several misses.
Ang medyo mahirap para dito sa Las Piñas as that three-pointer will miss para kay Magayones na yung moment where struggling itong Antipolo JY Titans, hindi ka rin nakaproduce sa side mo. And so, it's still a 22-point lead that they're looking at. 3-on-1.
Ang sayang, di man lang nila nakapitalize yun earlier.
There's a technical foul. It appears will be called against the bench of Antipolo. For improper bench decorum. Really trying to argue that there was a foul in a couple of possessions ago. It happened right in front of them. Kaya kita mo naman, very animated. Magayones though will miss the technical free throw.
Yep, yun ang mga sinasabi natin. Again, something na hindi na take advantage ng Las Piñas Braves. Kanina nga, several misses here for Antipolo pero hindi rin nga nakapitalize itong guys in black.
Magayones, now De La Cruz. Minute and 16 still remaining. Lopez for another 3. Napalakas lang. Katome trying to get it ahead as a foul will be called kontra kay Kalaunan. That will mean free throws down the other end of the floor for Joseph Katome.
Both teams already at penalty situation here. Pero to still on top itong side ng Antipolo.
Del Pozo checking back in for the JY Titans. Joseph Katome on the line. He got 3 points so far para sa kanya. They go with 3 rebounds and an assist despite limited minutes. Quite an impact off the bench.
Yeah. Here's some quality showing we're seeing here from Katome.
2 out of 2 from the line. Braves sila naman. Papalitan dito. De La Cruz will take a seat. In now is Gio Argonza. For trap. Another steal para sa Antipolo. Katome na naman. Layup will trickle out.
That will be a sorry miss right after that snatch. And about Katome.
Short on the 3 is Ulip. Able to track down his own miss. Pulling up that time. Medyo malakas. Poso to Liwanag. Russell to Russell connection. Make this a 26-point lead once again. 53-27. Buena comes up with a steal. Challenged by Lopez. 2 free throws na naman para dito sa Antipolo.
Talking about itong si Kyle Bueno. So far with 6 points with that larga fast break off the game.
Ang hirap din talaga pag lahat ng gustong puntahan dito ng Antipolo so far has been working for them. Medyo malamig yung kanilang 3-point shooting but it has come alive dito sa second period. But even in those fast breaks, whenever they are able to force those turnovers dito sa pagbaba ng bola ng Las Piñas, talagang nagpa-pile up yung mga puntos para dito sa Antipolo. 2 out of 2 para kay Buen. Biggest lead now for the JY Titans at 28 points, 55-27.
Kyle Bueno really scoring from all departments and right now from the charity stripe.
Tawag muna ng timeout ang Antipolo, still enjoying this 28-point advantage. Last 29.1 seconds dito sa ating second quarter. 55-27. Abante pa rin ang Antipolo JY Titans. So despite a couple of runs dito sa Las Piñas Braves, talagang yung Antipolo able to find the response and mas malalaking runs pa yung binabalik nila dito sa Las Piñas Braves.
But you know, just observing the stats of Russell Liwanag, mukhang may chance siyang magkaroon ng double-double showing with his 9 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists so far.
Another foul will be called kontra Las Piñas, I believe, and free throws once again. That time around, it's Sean Bea called for his second personal. Buen back on the line. He also has an opportunity to get a double-double. Kung yun lang din naman ang ating tinatrack dito. Already 8 points to go with 7 rebounds. Talking about itong Kyle Buen.
Something na he could duplicate that outing he had in the last game.
playing in front of their hometown team of Antipolo. 1 out of 2 para kay Kyle.
So, just observing the lineup nga nito Antipolo, no? Mix of yung mga NCAA stars sa juniors coming as one dito sa Antipolo.
Dadagdag pa ang kalamangan nila after that liwanag basket. Ball tapped away. It will stay with Las Piñas. 6.5 seconds remaining. Does Bea know it? Takes a look at the clock. He puts it up. Just couldn't get the basket. As the buzzer will sound to signal the end of our first half of action. Lumobo na. To 31 points ang kalamangan dito ng Antipolo JY Titans. As we look at some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
It was also here in the same quarter where Las Piñas Braves were able to trim down the lead by just 6 points, but Russell Del Pozo was really difficult to stop here in quarter number 2. He was able to give 4 3-pointers all here in chapter number 2.
Yan nga matatapos ang ating first half. It's 58-27, a 31-point lead for the hometown team of Antipolo.
58-27. Another dominating lead here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans. Credit to that defense they had in chapter number 2. Also, ipagpaulan nga ng 3 points itong si Russell Del Pozo as we see some of our halftime, first 2 quarters natin na mga highlights dito. Again, for Sean Reyes, although he has an early foul trouble here with 3 personal fouls, pero yung mga assists niya giving so much confidence with his teammates. But Las Piñas Braves just really failing to immediately answer back. Kaya naman ganito na agad yung halamangan na pinakita dito ng Antipolo JY Titans.
Was just a 13-point ball game at the end of the first period, Daph, no? So you could argue na yung maybe lack of warm-up time. Pinag-usapan nga natin kanina, Daphne, except for this kid, itong si Miguel Lopez, might have affected the type of start nitong Las Piñas in this ball game. And speaking of warm-up, no? Russell Del Pozo, also one of the earlier players dito sa ating venue, 0 out of 3 to begin the ball game, but hit 4 3-pointers in that second period. Some numbers dito, the struggles talaga dito sa Las Piñas reflected in our numbers so far in the first half.
Yup, really, especially itong side ng rebounds. 31 of 20 only for Las Piñas. That goes to show kung bakit mas nadidiktahan ng Antipolo itong first 2 quarters natin. And the assists, credit that one as well kay Sean Reyes. Pero meron ditong 16, only having 4 for the Braves. And of course, in terms of those turnovers, medyo kinapitalize din nga itong side ng Antipolo. But again, Sean Reyes, the main playmaker here on the side of Antipolo JY Titans with 3 personal fouls. Ganun na nga rin itong si Shannon Silly. So some foul trouble situations ang meron para dito sa side ng Antipolo.
Kailangan nilang alagaan dito sa ating second half. But before we resume our action, a look at our fan of the game brought to us by Truty Iced Tea, spotting someone in the crowd who's been cheering non-stop, full of energy, and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say, the coolest fan deserves the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fan of the game. You're getting a refreshing treat from Truty Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with Truty Iced Tea, the goodness of iced tea without the sugar. The hometown team of the Antipolo JY Titans. So far, so good para sa kanila. Pinag-usapan nga natin kanina that both these teams are coming off losses against the same team of the San Pedro Mamba. But so far, it has been Antipolo na talagang nagdidictate ng tempo natin dito at the first 20 minutes of action. And yung balasa dito ng Las Piñas, you did call out during the pregame that yung cohesiveness nitong team nito not there just yet, as displayed from time to time in the opportunities that they failed to capitalize despite yung struggles din ng Antipolo for certain windows of especially in that second period.
Yun nga, halatang medyo nagkakapaan pa in terms of that connection ng side ng Las Piñas Braves, although they're able to create an early steal here.
Bea has been quiet after those early 5 points. Pwedeng ito na ang gumising sa kanyang opensa. Sean Bea now has 7.
Yep, much needed bucket here, and yep, siya rin yung kakailanganin dito. Talking about Sean Bea here for Las Piñas Braves.
Make that 3 as well on Sean Bea.
Yan na, both of the point guards here. Sean Reyes, Sean Bea with 3 personal fouls each. Sitting on the sidelines, Coach Buds Reyes having some words dito kay Sean.
He's not beginning itong ating third period. Shannon City, also one of their starters, not here in the third. Wala naman daw problema. It's Daniel Padilla able to get that layup to fall plus the foul.
The finish there with a pound-for-pound fitness foul counted move, Euro step para dito kay Daniel Padilla. DJ in the house.
Nasa yun ang lahat.
Yes, yan ang lahat. Play for Letran. Itong si Daniel. Sa mga nakakalaban niya nga rin dyan. Itong sila Russell Del Pozo noon. Pero Russell also playing for Mapua during that time. Tapos si Kyle Buen naman sa EAC. Hindi ako nagkakamali. So mga magkakalaban sa NCAA Juniors. As dito, teammates naman sila.
That's kind of how basketball has evolved na rin. No? Na may club teams pa rin naman tayo that can be used dito sa ating Junior MPBL D-League, but nevertheless, it's an opportunity, a platform for these players to further develop yung kanilang mga laro. And maybe may libreng scouting na din. Di ba? Pag nakaharap mo na sila in the NCAA or UAAP wars. This is Lopez. Overshooting. Picked up by Antipolo. Reyes. Ito na nga. Agaran on the other end as Cabrera
Oh.
will be called for a foul. Would have been a highlight play.
No one anticipated that one.
Battle din sa loob. Espinosa. Looking for that two-handed follow. Pero Reyes still struggling from the line itong first half.
Speaking of those slam finishes kanina sa Valenzuela na 18 under, si Franz Baldomino naman may highlight din. Akala nung mga commentators natin, halip, tapos bigla naging down pala.
Nagulat ba?
Nagulat si Justin eh.
El
Tsaka-
Capitan. Saka si King Stag. Short on that three. Cabrera though, able to get the offensive rebound. Denied on the first attempt. Denied on the second as well. As the jump ball will be whistled, it will stay with Las Piñas. I remember Cabrera playing for Parañaque dito sa ating 18 under.
Yeah.
You did say some of their players are coming from that Parañaque Smile 360 Am Jam team sa ating junior MPBL. Better execution there for the Braves as they found Lopez underneath.
He could be the hero on the side of Las Piñas Braves with the pound for pound fitness foul counted move. Again, Lopez. Top 1 yan for Las Piñas Braves. Siya yung nanguna dito na makapag-warm up. Nag-iisang player na nakapag-warm up, I guess.
And you could actually correlate that na siya yung maaga nakapag-warm up and he is one of their better performers, if not the top performer so far para sa kanyang koponan. Already has 9 points to go with 5 rebounds. So, makikita mo rin talaga kung yung susi if you are able to warm up properly in a way. Espinosa gets his first 2 points of the ball game. Still a 31-point advantage para sa JY Titans. 63-32, close to 2 minutes gone by dito sa ating third period. Bea through the lane, denied by Buen. The heave, Lopez able to intercept. Kalaunan, take out, Bea kontra Reyes to the baseline, attacks the defense of Buen. Nakakuha niya ang kanyang mintes. Still can't buy a basket is Sean Bea.
Wasted opportunities here on the side of Las Piñas Braves. Ilang possession yun. He's trying to convert, but just really unsuccessful and unlucky, I guess.
Halo na rin nga sigurong malas.
Malas,
Dahil
yeah.
yun nga, andun yung opportunities that typically Sean Bea would convert. They go underneath. Buen, the reverse is short. Lopez corrals the board para sa Las Piñas.
That was a no-look pass coming from Liwanag.
That was a no-look pass from Lopez as well. Connected with Cabrera as Dwayne will shoot 2 free throws.
I think Lim on that last sequence, JB Lim of Antipolo was asking for some of his teammates to immediately get down for that help defense sa ilalim.
You like that attitude, no? Dahil yun nga, you are already up by 31
Yeah.
points. It's easy for you to just, relax or maybe hindi ka na ganun ka-intense, but not the case para dito kay JB Lim.
JB Lim, 2 points so far. Nice ball game, pero to si Buen, 9 points, 10 rebounds.
Dagdagan mo pa ng isa ang
Yun na
rebound
nga
ni Boy. Good steal there para sa Antipolo. Liwanag takes it all the way. Short on the lefty layup. Reyes sinalubong ni Lopez. And an unsportsmanlike foul signaled here by our officials.
That would be, I guess, Sean Reyes and Lopez of Las Piñas Braves.
This was the initial contact kung saan tinawagan na nga itong si Lopez.
So, not pretty sure kung kanino tinawag yung unsportsmanlike foul na yon. That would be against Reyes. Kasi may malinis lang din na block itong si Lopez against Reyes. Probably some...
But if that's on Reyes, Daphne, binanggit na nga natin kanina that he is already nursing 3 personals. So that was the contact from Lopez, and maybe Sean did not like yung contact na yon, and after the play, gave a bit of a nudge dito kay Miguel. And the unsportsmanlike foul will hold. So 2 free throws will still be awarded para dito kay Sean Reyes.
Yeah.
But yun nga, unsportsmanlike foul naman ang itatawag din sa kanya. That will be his 4th personal.
Isa na lang. At may early exit na mangyari dito kay Sean Reyes. Probably that was really unnecessary, knowing na that was a solid block. Pero kasi yung excessive na contact na yun, yung extra push, probably medyo na off din siya. So walang 3 minutes na kailangan ng pagpapahinga kapag called for unsportsmanlike foul dito sa ating 21 under division. Kanina, if nakanood po kayo ng ating 16 under showdown, some players needed to rest for quite some time after being called for the unsportsmanlike foul behavior nga. Pero ngayon dito nga sa 21, wala namang ganun.
Reyes continues to struggle from the line, so he is getting those opportunities. Pero free throw shooting may not be or can be something that he can still improve dito sa ating ball game.
Pero ito, Miguel Lopez, nakabuti yung maaga niyang pagpunta dito with immediately contributing 11 points for the Braves, 7 rebounds, despite only having 5 points in their opening game.
Siya yung bravest dito sa Las Piñas. Lead down to 28, 63-35. Under 7 to play dito sa ating 3rd period. Steal from Buen. Lopez trying to trail him. It's the easy layup.
Yep, that's already double-double showing here. Talking about Kyle Buen, 11 points, 12 rebounds in tonight's ball game.
He's making an impact para nga dito sa Antipolo. Another steal this time from Liwanag. Siya naman ang bibit-bit. Back-to-back easy layups for the JY Titans. Lobo na naman ang kalamangan nila dito. Now at 32 points, 67-35. Trapped once more. This time, De La Cruz cuffs it up. 3 players, pumili ka na lang. Slamming it home is Espinosa. He showed us kanina that he could do it. Knew that he was intending to slam it home. Pinakitaan ka lang ng konti,
All alone with that lefty slam by Espinosa.
Timeout muna nga Las Piñas. Now down by 34. JC Espinosa and the rest of the Antipolo JY Titans up by 34 big points against the Las Piñas Braves. A little over 6 minutes dito sa ating 3rd quarter. The Braves continue to struggle dito sa ating ball game, except for this kid, Miguel Lopez. Siya lang talaga ang sumusubok bumuhat dito para sa Las Piñas.
Yep, again, the bravest among them all. Etong si Lopez with already 13 points so far.
Liwanag looking to play that 2-man game with Buen. Defended by Magayones. Nakahanap ng puwang. Layup won't fall. Put back. Ayaw pa rin. Tapigan. Goes back to Liwanag. Carving his way inside. JC Espinosa.
Espinosa with that slam earlier, and this time just really not a fancy finish, pero contribution pa rin on the side of Antipolo.
Magayones sa atake. Drops it off. Kalaunan. Block from behind. Baseline jumper. It will fall para kay Andrew Alforte.
Again, this is still not yet too late on the side of Las Piñas Braves, but they need to immediately go for that defense to stop the offensive showing of Antipolo JY Titans. Kasi kung makikita natin dito sa third quarter, mas nagkakaroon naman ng showing or score itong side ng Las Piñas Braves.
You take the positives in a way, no? If you are Las Piñas, it's one of your better, I guess, start of the quarters kumpara dun sa una nating dalawang yugto. And the play prior, it was Sean Bea called for his 4th personal. So both Seans dito sa Antipolo and Las Piñas, key players for their teams, now have 4 personals. And Sean Bea having a conversation with other officials, trying to understand kung yun nga, like what's the limit? Ano ba yung pwede na hindi ako mapipituhan?
I think nahihirapan din itong side ng Las Piñas Braves to really stop itong side ng Antipolo dahil imagine more than 3 players with already a double-digit showing dito sa larong ito.
Lopez once again. That time malakas. As a loose ball foul will be called against Kalaunan. And that will mean free throws once again. So, ito yung isa ring kailangan i-limit ng Las Piñas. I think for all the 3 quarters dito sa ating ball game, they have reached the penalty situation.
Yun na nga, and actually, Kalaunan with his 4th personal foul right after that recent call.
So, isama mo na rin siya dito sa mga players na kailangan na mag-ingat. Taking a look if it would be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. This is a better angle. Kalaunan certainly disliking that whistle. So nothing further. It did appear na it was a regular foul.
Pero regardless yun, penalty na nga. So every contact would mean Antipolo JY Titans immediately having a trip in the free throw area.
And the free throws though haven't been the strong suit para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. Only 15 of 29. Make that 15 of 30, exactly 50%. I mean, still decent if you think about it. Si Coach Anton, lagi niyan sinasabi na ang at the least 1 out of 2 ang gusto mong makuha.
Baka naman marinig ka na nun, Sir Jaime. Ayan, narinig ka.
1 out of 2 lang naman na hinihingi. So, but imagine if they are able to hit on a higher clip. This is already a 34-point advantage para sa kanila. Would have been a bigger cushion.
But I think what's also helping on the side of Antipolo JY Titans, yung mga agaw nila. Earlier, prior the latest timeout, 3 consecutive steals yung nangyari sa side ng Antipolo. Tapos lahat pa yun converted.
Mga madadaling puntos din talaga minsan ng nagpapadali ng basketball. If you are unable to execute on your half-court set, and you get those easy buckets coming off steals, mako-convert mo nga yung depensa mo into offense. As Antipolo displayed dito sa ating ball game so far. Magayones his turn to shoot some free throws.
Magayones scored 5 points in their last game against San Pedro Mamba.
Already has 8 in this ball game. Convert on the second as JC Espinosa showing us his athleticism once again. So thought about the 3 was Katome trying to go inside. Buen kick out. Padilla for 3 gets it to fall.
Great selfless play executed there on the side of Antipolo JY Titans. Kyle Buen knew that the defense, 2 guys who's right in front of him, went for that kick-out pass and successful with a 3-pointer. Was Daniel Padilla.
Now a 36-point lead, 76-40 para sa Antipolo. Resara with a pull-up. It's a bit off to the left. Picking it up is Padilla. Pulling up for 3. Gets another. Daniel Padilla.
3-point party for Daniel Padilla.
That 3-pointer number 9 para sa JY Titans. Another fast break layup. This time, it's Jethro Katome getting the bucket.
No, I like how the other bench players is also announcing their presence here despite us highlighting Liwanag, Gwen, Alila, Del Pozo. Pero nice to see na ito pati si Katome nagpaparanggal.
Biggest lead now para sa Antipolo at 41 as Magallanes misfires for 3. The three-pointer on the other side of the floor will fall para kay Andrew Alforte.
3-point party happening here. Also, Alforte joining that invitation.
Offensive foul kontra kay Buen, I believe, will be called. That will be 3 on Kyle.
Third already here for Kyle Buen. Kyle with a double-double showing 11 points and 12 rebounds.
Court pressure pa rin ng ina-apply dito ng Antipolo JY Titans. Just the discipline itong Antipolo team despite already having this big lead. Layup won't go para kay Resara. Put back para kay Kabuloy. Ayaw pa din. They get another opportunity. Sean Bea finds himself open but knocked down to Jay. Padilla na naman. Has hit a couple of threes. This time goes to Buen. As a push will be called against Bengcalo. Nabura sa eksena itong si Resara.
Sayang, gandang play na sana yon with that feed underneath. Although may pag-extend kasi ng elbow itong si Bengcalo underneath.
Disagreeing with that call lang. You know?
Kitang-kita kasi na referee sa harap ginawa eh.
That time, a foul given up. And I believe Antipolo is already in the penalty as well. So Resara will head to the line for a couple of shots. Not the best foul if ikaw si Manalang.
I think what's also impressive here for Antipolo JY Titans is for this team, setting aside yung scoring, pero andun pa rin talaga yung execution nila despite this wide gap na na-implement ba nila sa larong ito. Makikita mo parang they're still fighting for the ball. Andun pa rin yung aggressiveness nila to get for the rebounds.
Certainly if you are a team such as the Antipolo JY Titans, alam din naman natin kung ano yung performance ng kanilang mga koponan in the 14, 16, and 18 under divisions natin sa ating junior MPBL na winning basketball yung gusto talaga nilang ina-apply. So regardless of the score, you would want to build good habits and yung sa programa talaga na gusto nilang magawa dito para sa Antipolo.
Yun na nga. And I like how they're also trying to recruit. Parang ang priority talaga nila yung mga homegrown talents nila. Although syempre may mga new kumaga injection sila ng mga star players, pero still yung mga core, mga homegrown talents, and also even yung mga coaching staff.
Another easy bucket para sa Antipolo. Perfect execution as Manalang getting his first basket of the ball game. Everybody now chipping in para sa Antipolo as Kabuloy getting the layup off the feed from Sean Bea, pero malaki-laki pa rin ang hinahabol dito ng Las Piñas. So down by 36 markers, 83-47. Less than a minute left dito sa ating third period. Padilla will be called for a traveling violation. One of the rare mistakes dito ni Daniel. Take another look. That two-man game na nababaan ng bola. Sinagot naman itong Bea to Kabuloy connection.
Para may foul pa sana doon on the side of Las Piñas Braves.
Missing on that 3 attempt was Miguel Lopez looking to save it, but a push will instead be called. Free throws muli para sa Las Piñas. So a bit more positive things happening here para sa Braves in the last minute and a half, I would say, nitong ating third quarter.
You know, really a stronger showing here for Las Piñas Braves. So far, they're just outscored by 5 points. Pero pang 37 seconds dito para magkaroon ng better showing for them.
May titignan ka na lang din ng positive. And this is their highest scoring quarter as well. After scoring just 9 in that first period that we have mentioned na baka nga na-attribute dun sa lack of proper warm-up prior to the ball game. Number of their players did arrive closer to game time. Hindi naman late per se, no? Pero yun nga, hindi nga lang siguro na maximize yung oras bago magsimula yung laro.
But I guess that's considered late na because sometimes may mga call time yan, di ba? If you fail to appear or arrive parang beyond your call time, you're considered as late na. Kaya kanina medyo ngarag. That's the term, I guess. Nangarag na rin sila.
It appears na yung number of their players traveled together. No?
Yeah.
So, talagang, in the sky play, connecting there was Keith Bengalo. And itong si Jethro Katome.
Talking about bench players, Katome still trying to create an impression for us.
The heat from half court wouldn't have counted as Antipolo keeps pouring it on. Now a 38-point advantage, 85 to 47. Highlights once more brought to us by Chef's Magic.
Of course, leading the way as always with this double-double showing. Kyle Buen here for Antipolo JY Titans. But not just him, we also felt the presence of Daniel Padilla with his back-to-back three-pointers earlier. Siyempre, nag-iisang hero nga palit to side ng Las Piñas Braves. That's gonna be Miguel Lopez with 13 points and 7 rebounds so far. Resara though, mukhang kanina may iniinda rin, pero again, Espinosa with that slam finish.
Talagang lahat gumagana para dito sa Antipolo. Matatapos nga ang ating third quarter. They are up by 38, 85 to 47. Let's take a look at our quarter scene stealer brought to us by Chef's Magic. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic Condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. 38-point lead para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans as Del Pozo checking back in the ball game. Hit 4 3-pointers in that second. Did not play for the entirety of that third period. Firing immediately to begin the fourth quarter.
Medyo nanlamig itong si Roger Del Pozo coming off the bench. Again, he scored 12 points, all coming from the second chapter.
Galo adds 2 more to this lead and another fast break layup para dito sa JY Titans. No let up in terms of their defensive intensity. Talking about the boys from Antipolo.
So sila Bengalo, Katome coming off the bench, pero grabe yung pagpaparamdam dito in the second half.
We've been partnered with coaches din, Daf, that they keep on insisting na minsan ito pa nga yung test din for those bench players that if you are provided some playing time despite the huge scoreline na kinakaharap nga, whether you are the one trailing or even the one leading, importante pa rin na magpakita ka sa coaches mo and maybe more minutes coming your way in your future ball games.
Yeah, and knowing that you have a lot of star players onto your team, alam natin minsan yung mga school commitments yan So there will also come a time kung saan minsan hindi sila makakapaglaro. So nice na ngayon pa lang nagpaparamdam na sila, papakitang gilas na sila sa kanilang mga coaches.
Liwanag scores on another. He did dictate the tempo early. Talking about itong si Russell Liwanag, nabanggit mo nga yung early 5 points na binitawan niya to begin the first. Really kind of told itong Las Piñas na hindi na namin kayo hahayaang makabuelo.
Grabe itong double-double showing. Talking about Russell Liwanag continues to impress us here in tonight's game.
Sean Bea trying his best to keep Las Piñas in it.
Ganda dito for Russell Liwanag. Meron pa siyang 5 steals. So 5 steals na lang. Pwede ka na mag-triple-double Russell Liwanag.
Bit unconventional pero still window is open. Kaso iupo na siya rito. And that just might be it for the evening of Russell Liwanag dahil it's already a 42-point advantage. 7 points away from the century mark itong Antipolo.
Also inserted in itong si Allen Vergara for Antipolo JY Titans, part of the Olivares College Sea Lions.
Star-studded din talaga itong Antipolo JY Titans squad. You just know the pedigree of the players din talaga that they are getting as part of their program.
It's actually the son of Coach Al Vergara. of Las Piñas.
So, hati yung kanyang puso. Dahil Las Piñas yung kalaban.
Yeah.
Shannon Seeley headed to the bench as well. Number of players dito sa Antipolo getting their first pick dito sa ating ball game, along with some Braves players. Manyalak, one of those. Nice tap leading to this open 3 ball, just trimming out para kay Argonza. Del Pozo asking for it, gets the ball, head fake, this time decides to drive, lefty layup, that won't fall. Kaya atake, met up top by the defense of Aero Pardonsolan.
Solid, clean block there on the side of Antipolo JY Titans. Really challenging itong si Bea with that layup.
Imagine that, no? Na talagang lamang na lamang ka na. Pero hindi mo pa rin hinahayaan yung mga ganong easy layups para kay Sean Bea.
Yun nga, parang no mercy talaga itong side ng Antipolo.
Even sina Arjan De La Cruz, Renzo Navarro, our colleagues, they will also tell you that. Na yun nga, kahit na lamang ka na, that no mercy attitude would also send a message to your future opponents. Na, yes, lamang na kami ng malaki, pero hindi kami yung tipo na nagre-relax.
At wala kaming awa.
Yun eh. Speaking of, Del Pozo. Hindi lang naman 3-pointers.
Yun na nga, gusto ko yung ngiti ni Russell na parang, di ba? Parang may atake din ako, hindi lang ako pang outside shots.
Picking the pocket of Argonza, taking it all the way. Now a 44-point lead para sa Antipolo with 6:21 left here in this game. Antipolo JY Titans 97, the Las Piñas Braves 53. So 6:21 remaining dito sa ating ball game. But it does appear that Antipolo is well on their way to get their first victory dito sa ating Junior MPBL D-League. After that opening day loss kontra the San Pedro Mamba, which both teams tasted defeat from. Itong Las Piñas, a slow start. Yes, they were able to recover just a bit dun sa ating second sa third, better performances. Pero yung puhunan din talaga na nabuhunan nitong Antipolo, especially in that first half, mahirap na din talaga ma-overcome if you are the Braves.
Yun na nga, and imagine during quarter number 2, nagkaroon pa ng sort of mini run or strong start itong Las Piñas Braves with their 7-0 run. Tapos agad naman sinagot na Antipolo JY Titans yun.
Alang with a powerful rebound, giving Antipolo another possession. Katome, that's the ball stolen by Argonza. The transition defense of the JY Titans immediately down the court. Under 5.5 to play. Lopez has hit on a number of threes. That time, a tad too strong. Del Pozo decides to pull up and gets another 5 threes for RDP 30.
Grabe, Roddy Del Pozo with an introduction here in the 21 under rankings. Didn't play during their first game loss against San Pedro Mamba, but right now unstoppable in tonight's ball game despite that struggling start in the first chapter.
Talagang yung shooting nito ni we know he already has that, di ba? Mula pa nung time na kino-cover natin siya in the when he was playing with JT Bulacan Taipan.
Yeah.
But yung 3-pointers niya ngayon, you just have that feel that every time he releases that basketball, parang lista mo na eh.
Oh, remember he also played last year sa ating All-Star game. Mga game-winning shots din yan itong si Russell Del Pozo.
Quite a showman.
Yeah.
As well.
Pero ngayon, part na yan of the UST Tiger Cups. Go, Uste!
Kasama niya ang isa pang Well, not sure. Kailangan mo i-confirm that. Ang
Okay.
isa ring homegrown dito sa ating junior MPBL. Talking about your boy, JC Canapi. Andiyan pa rin ba sa USD?
Yeah, doon pa rin siya.
John Carl, of course.
Si Canaps. Kahit sila Everine Cruz, yun, mga guys, si Simon Pulong Barrett doon, nakasama na sila doon. Bulacan Boys.
Bulacan Boys. Yep. I just love to see it, no? Na talagang, again, yung mga programs, the bigger programs. And you talk dun sa mga owners then or even the team managers that you've interviewed as a courtside reporter, Daph, na talagang, yun din naman yung hangarin ng mga programa nila. That the players that are under their club teams do get scouted, do get into these bigger programs, maybe even scholarships, di ba? Talagang nakakamit ng karamihan ng players dito sa ating junior MPBL.
I couldn't remember if it was Coach Mark Herrera or other team managers or coaches when I talked to them na parang shinare din nila na it could come in good and bad. Dati tuwan-tuwa sila pag nire-recruit. Ngayon parang minsan nainis na sila kasi wala na daw talaga silang players din na natitira.
Speaking of Coach Mark Herrera, one of his players, Jebby Hinogin, part of the San Sebastian program na rin naman of our good friend, Coach Melo Navarro.
Shout out
Shout out.
to your dynamic duo.
Of course. Hindi pa na ako nag-i-expect, Coach Melo, kung nakikinig ka man, no? Pero may pasalubong lang sana kami ni Daphne. So si Rasara back on the floor, had that injury scare kanina. We were talking about it off air na parang natamaan nga siya at the end of that third period. So nice to see him back on the floor and still playing.
He got some stretches earlier at mukhang nothing serious with this comeback here in the fourth.
Fighter din talaga, no? Gusto natin sa mga player. If you have the opportunity, you would really want to be on that floor. Good denial there from Kabuloy. Throwing the foul there was Manyalak. Sorry, that was Aaron Ramos. Vergara called for his first. 100 to 54, 46-point lead pa rin ng abante dito ng Antipolo. 3 and 48 still left dito sa ating ball game. Ikaw itong Las Piñas, well, aside from the warm-up time nga, Daph, that pinag-usapan natin kanina, ano pa yung nakikita mo where they can maybe look into, heading into their future ball games pertaining to not just this matchup but even that loss against Mamba na napansin mo, you would maybe look into sa inyong next practice?
Particularly siguro yung mga assistant, no? Knowing that this team could be more selfless o yung connection talaga, that it still boils down to that system, no? Yung mag-connect pa nila sa isa't isa, especially with this, with this beginning that they had against Antipolo, something din na nangyari against San Pedro. Medyo nahirapan din sila first half pa lang, kaya tuloy-tuloy na yung naging momentum ng mga opponents nila.
The spin move, the spin cycle from JC Espinosa. Pa rin yung athleticism ng batang to. Slamming it home in an earlier play, and ilang beses na rin tayong pinakitaan itong high leaping ability nito ni JC Espinosa. Three-pointer, that won't fall. Another opportunity here para sa JY Titans. Stepping back, Katome! To the delight of the JY Titans bench.
Yeah, yung mga sinasabi nating magic uno ni Imagine playing almost 10 minutes, tapos meron ka na agad 10-point showing dito. Or 7-point showing rather.
That's exactly what you're looking for if ikaw naman ang coaches itong Antipolo JY Titans. Who can give me the most production despite the limited minutes? Na talagang pag hinugot kita, you stay ready. Na talagang meron at meron kang maibubuga. This kid as well has continued to impress. Talking about JC Espinosa. Babawiin din naman agad Adrian Magayones. Has 12 to his name as well. Talking about Adrian. Move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. Billy Garedi. Completes the 3-point play. Final 2:17 dito sa ating laro. The JY Titans will now move to 1-1 after this victory. And ito namang Las Piñas will still be searching for their first victory sa D-League. Look at the defense dito ng Antipolo. That was Joseph Cartome able to draw that foul kontra kay Magayones.
Parang hindi final 2 minutes yung sequence dito. Parang 1-point game lang.
Again, what message does that bring, di ba? Nung ikaw yung makakaharap nito. You're comfortably ahead, but you're still putting on full court pressure.
Remember, also no, on our D-League games, hindi lang ito yung nangyayaring 21 under D-League games. I think in just a while, maglalaban din naman for the North Division. Itong Abra at Quezon City.
Of course, Mr. Diego de la Paz and JP Ruiz will bring you reaction mula sa Piñan. And bukas, a 9-game set naman sa Divine Light Academy. And 6 games for our very own Daphne Cristobal sa Hoops Court nga ba? What did they call it?
Yeah, Hoop Spirit Basketball Court in Quezon City. Kita-kits po tayo doon, guys.
Yayaan namin kayo to troop to our venues. Free admission lamang po. Hatid sa inyo ng Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Ramos, Potres, completes the layup. Tingnan mo yung crowd dito ng Las Piñas. So just still delighted to see production from their players. Trooping all the way dito sa Antipolo Sports Hub. Most of them, yan nga, Parañaque, Las Piñas area pa. No? And quite the distance that they also had to travel para lang mapanood ang kanilang mga favorite players. Nice feed from Vergara, setting up Javier underneath. Only 44 seconds nalalabi dito sa ating laro. It's 113-63.
Yep, and really safe to say that this is a bounce-back victory for Antipolo JY Titans. Again, itong si Russell Liwanag only playing his first game together with itong si Russell Del Pozo. 19 points for Russell Liwanag and 17 for Russell Del Pozo in tonight's debut game.
So yun nga yung maybe dalawang players that could have changed the complexion nung una nilang laro. Pero tulad nga ng nabanggit mo rin kanina, Daph, that there will be some days or some games where yung ibang players mo talaga hindi available and the other players need to be able to step in. Mahanap mo yung production na yon in terms of the other players that are available. Both teams shake hands. Final buzzer will sound. Final game dito sa ating Antipolo Sports Hub. The first victory para sa Antipolo JY Titans in our Junior MPBL D-League. 0-2 naman para sa Las Piñas Braves. So searching for that first victory dito sa ating 21 under division.
Antipolo, they were able to defend their home turf in tonight's game with a dominating victory, 113-65. What a way to bounce back from their opening loss.
Talagang dinamdam nila yung pagkatalo na yon, and eto na nga, getting their first victory in the 21 under division, continuing on their winning ways. All victories para sa Antipolo JY Titans for the 14, 16, 18, and 21 under na mga laro natin beginning this afternoon. Of course, some Postgame awards that we are to award still. And our Daphne Cristobal will also have a conversation with our best player of the ball game, brought to us as always by Chef's Magic, and a winning coach as well, Coach Buds Reyes. Don Benito's assist man of the ball game, inaabangan din natin yan. And as always, our The Hustle Club defensive player of the game that will get himself a discount coupon para sa mga magaganda nating merch. Atid sa atin ng The Hustle Club. Pakilala na muna natin ang ating The Hustle Club defensive player of the game. It's Kyle Buen, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. For the big man of the Antipolo JY Titans, all smiles para kay Kyle. Double-double performance para sa kanya. And syempre ang kanilang point guard for General Sean Reyes, 5 assists. Siya naman ating ihirangin Don Benitos assist man of the game. At papakilala rin natin mamaya ang ating Chef's Magic Player of the Game. We'll have a conversation with our Daphne Cristobal.
Gagap ko na to, sir. Gagap ko na to, sir.
So we'll leave you with some highlights dito sa ating laro between the Las Piñas Braves and the Antipolo GY Titans. Sa pagbabalik po natin ang ating live stream naman ng post-game interview. That will be it for myself, Jaime Mendihar, and my partner Daphne Cristobal. More Junior MPBL po bukas. Pero tune in for the post-game interview in just a bit. Makita-kita po tayo muli for more of your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga